What up, gang? These are prison stories by prison writers. This is a story by Corey Perry. I can remember far back at a young age, people telling me, because of my anger, that I would end up in prison or dead. And I was 7 years old at that time. My reason for crime, honestly, was and still is for the excitement of it all. As a child, I would root for the villain. I was around people who, at first glance meeting me, would ask if I knew where to buy guns or drugs. And the sad part is, I did. And this was at age 13. I had an attitude that was if someone tried me, then murder was the only answer. I never liked hanging out with people my age. Most of my friends was in their mid to late 20s. I have done robberies amongst other crimes. The fame of being a criminal was the other attraction. Women love you. There was so much money going different places at a young age, and no one treated me like a child. My decisions were mine, and no one could tell me different. I guess that's why the gang life interested me so much. And through the ranks, I excelled so fast, not just because I was the one that would pull a trigger, but I had a mind to lead, plan, and execute. I won't say I'm not a criminal anymore, because when I see something on TV, my mind automatically sees the quick way I could or can make an easy buck from that situation. But the part that changed for the worst, I also can see how to make illegal act legal. In so many ways, prison has made me worse. And the reason I'm here? On October 8th, 1998, I was 16 at the time. Me and my mother just got into an argument about me staying out of trouble. I was on house arrest. It did not want to be, so I left. I was into selling drugs at the time of my life, and I felt like the world was against me. I was in my normal area that I was selling drugs. Things were going too slow, slower than normal. So I went to the waterfront to see if any people were down there looking for drugs. I came across this girl who was looking, but she had no money. I told her there was nothing that I could do for her. No money, no product. She asked me, how about a service? So I said, yeah, why not? So we went to an area near some trash cans. She started giving me head, and during the head, I took my eyes off her for a split second and felt something cold on my testicles. When I looked down, she had a knife to me and said, where are the drugs? I stared at her for a few seconds, taking everything in. She asked me again, so I told her, in my left pocket. When she looked down, I grabbed for her hand with one hand, and I punched her in the face with the other. When I got a hold of the knife, I slashed her arm and told her not to move. I pulled my pants up, kicked her in the face, and asked her what the fuck her problem was. She started saying she was sorry and she just needed the drugs. Feelings about the argument I had with my mother, on top of the fact that she just tried to rob me, just pissed me off, and I just started stabbing her repeatedly in the neck and face. When I stopped, she wasn't moving, so I ran. In 2001, there was a warrant out for my arrest for rape, malicious wounding, abduction, and robbery. She said I did all these things to her, and now I'm still fighting.